High in the green hills where coffee grows, life moves with the wind, and energy comes naturally. This is Beanstah, just a coffee bean, small, warm, and full of curiosity.
Hi! Hi!
But not everyone believes in taking it slow. Some beans think faster is better.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Come on,
They
Benny,
rush
quick,
the
just a
process,
little push. You've
skip
got
the
this.
patience.
Fizz, no, I don't think
And when a
this is
bean
good
isn't
idea.
ready,
Don't be a bean.
things
It's
don't
perfect.
go as planned.
Fizz?
Because coffee is more than speed or strength. It's a journey, from seed to soil to hands to moments shared. When the world slows down, people notice each other again. They listen, they connect. And Benny learns something important. You don't have to rush to make a difference. Benny isn't ready to be brewed yet, but he is ready to help. And this is just the beginning. At dawn, the Ethiopian highlands awaken, wrapped in mist, breathing slowly as the first light spills across the land where coffee's story begins. Among ruby red cherries, a tiny bean stirs. This is Beanstah, warming in the sunrise, unaware that a great journey has already begun. Below the hills, life moves with laughter and dust. Kaldi runs freely, his goats dancing over stone and soil, full of restless energy. But today, something feels different. The goats leap higher, spin faster, caught in a joy that doesn't quite make sense. Kaldi slows, he watches, he wonders. The land hums softly around him as curiosity begins to take root. And then, a small movement leaves part. A quiet presence reveals itself, humble, glossy, and waiting to be noticed. Kaldi kneels, lowering himself to the earth. In the vastness of the highlands, he meets something impossibly small, yet full of promise. His fingers close gently around a crimson cherry, simple, fragile, alive with the secrets of the soil. Roots grip the earth, leaves filter the sun. Kaldi listens, not just with his ears, but with his heart, as the land begins to speak. The frenzy fades, goats graze once more, breath slows. Balance returns, as if the hills themselves exhale. Day leans into evening. Shadows stretch long, and the sky glows with quiet wonder. Beanstah rests, patient beneath the fading light. Night settles gently. Stars appear, one by one, and beneath them all, a small bean dreams, unaware it will soon change the world. The highlands grow distant as the journey begins. Caravans move with steady purpose, carrying more than sacks of coffee. They carry a future. Across open land they travel, through wind and wide horizons. The rhythm of hooves becomes a heartbeat, steady, patient, unbroken. They cross deserts where heat shimmered like illusion, steps slow. But the journey does not stop, and coastlines where salt hung in the air. Beanstah listened to the conversations of travelers, stories of struggle, hope, trade, and belief. Sails rise to meet the wind. The ocean carries the story forward. Eventually, he arrived in Yemen, where the land was rocky and the people patient. Terraces carved into earth by patient hands. A farmer named Amina kneels to the soil, with care, with intention. She plants not just a seedling, but possibility. Earth presses gently around new roots. Life settles in, and beneath watchful hands, something small remains, quiet, patient, waiting. Days become weeks, weeks become seasons. The sun shifts, shadows wander, and growth, steady and unseen, takes hold. At dusk, Amina walks the terraces, lantern lights swaying like a quiet star, guarding the promise growing in the dark. And at last, the branches bloom with red. Care becomes harvest, effort becomes reward. From highland mist to terraced hills, a journey carried by many hands, one small bean, one shared purpose, and a story still unfolding. The journey leads indoors now, into a room warmed by fire and time. Wood beams breathe in amber light. Stone walls remember every batch before. At the heart of it all, a drum turns slowly, and the air hums with anticipation. Something is about to change. Into the roaster he goes, tumbling, turning, surrounded by heat and the steady rhythm of transformation. The fire does not destroy him, it awakens him. Light flickers across his surface as he begins to darken, to deepen, to become. Inside the heat, pressure builds. What was once soft and green grows bold and fragrant. A line forms along his center, a quiet signal that change is near. Transformation is never silent. It whispers before it speaks. The fire loosens its hold. Beans spill into cool air, spreading in a circle of quiet relief.
That's a
Deep
lot of
brown,
beans.
polished by flame, tempered, ready. The solid form that traveled oceans becomes something finer, transformed again. And in the quiet hum of the grinder, the journey narrows toward its final form.
Almost there.
Perfect extraction. Just right. Just right. Time to enjoy it.
Morning gathers inside warm walls. Candles flicker, pages turn. Ideas hover in the air like smoke. In the center of it all, a single cup, quiet, steaming, full of possibility. A writer pauses. The world narrows to breath and thought. Fingers hover above paper. The mind waits for a spark. The cup is lifted. Steam brushes the air one last time. A sip. Warmth spreads, not just across the tongue, but through memory, through muscle, through mind. A quiet ignition. Ideas flow like the dark stream that filled the cup. The room feels brighter now. The morning closer. Energy returns, not frantic but focused. Sunlight pours through tall windows. The cup sits empty, its purpose fulfilled. Dust drifts in golden beams. From mist-covered highlands to this quiet table, the journey is complete. And yet, with every new cup poured, it begins again. The road stretches endlessly beneath the setting sun. Step by step, the caravan moves forward, carrying stories across the golden sand. But the sky begins to change. Wind rises, shadows deepen, even the horizon holds its breath. Inside the woven sack, the world rocks gently. Beans tumble softly together, steady despite the growing storm. The caravan sought refuge beneath stone and shadow. Sand raced past the shelter's mouth like a river of dust. Yet, inside that quiet pocket of shade, endurance remained. The journey paused, but it did not surrender. With morning comes the sea. Ships rise with the tide, and hands lift the journey onward once again. The marketplace hums with color and motion, spice and fabric, trade and laughter, and coffee waiting among them. Sugar fell like tiny stars, scattering across the surface before disappearing into warmth. Sweetness met heat. The crystals dissolved into the dark swirl below, changing not what coffee was, but how it was felt. Cups were passed from hand to hand. Voices softened. Strangers sat a little closer, drawn not by spectacle, but by shared warmth. A lifted cup, a knowing nod. No grand speeches, only quiet understanding between them. Night settles over the harbor town. Windows glow against the blue, holding quiet conversations inside. At dawn, steam rises once more. Through distance and storm, warmth endures, and the journey begins again. Time moves forward without asking. Old walls rise into glass and steel, yet the cup remains. Now, coffee is everywhere, through windows, across counters, in hurried hands. A ritual woven into modern life. Beanstah found himself in a small specialty roastery, where a barista weighed beans carefully and spoke about farmers by name. Measured, poured, guided by steady hands. Craft replaces haste, and intention shapes the flavor. Hot water falls in patient circles. Drop by drop, aroma rises, time slowing once again. A cup is offered with a quiet story, about land, about farmers, about respect for what came before. At a nearby table, a tired student waits, eyes heavy, thoughts scattered, searching for clarity. One slow sip. Warmth spreads gently. Focus returns, steady and bright. Around the room, separate lives unfold, yet every table shares the same quiet thread. Beanstah realized something new. Coffee wasn't just about energy anymore. It was about connection to people, to places, to moments of pause. Morning arrives softly. Sunlight stretches across wood and porcelain, and the city wakes around a single waiting cup. A screen flickers to life nearby, casting distant mountains onto cafe walls, old landscapes inside a modern room. On the screen, highlands glow at sunrise. Goats leap between red cherries, mist drifting through golden hills.
Look, Daddy, the goats are jumping.
Yes, they are. Isn't it wonderful?
The parent smiles softly and leans down. Someone noticed, they whisper, and they paid attention. In the surface of the coffee, mountains shimmer. Steam rises like memory, and the journey rests within the cup. Caravans, ships, farmers, cities, all ripple gently across the dark surface, woven into one reflection. Highlands glow once more behind the cup. Beginning and ending share the same light. And in the quiet morning stillness, steam rises softly, the story complete, yet always beginning again.
Come closer. Listen. Listen. It's waiting.